So, good afternoon, everybody. And this is your weekly update number 63. And again, it is recorded, I'm afraid. The reason being is because today is a bank holiday in Spain. And it's a special one for those of you who run a business or have a job because it is Dia del Trabajador. It's virtually, as my friends say, illegal to work today, which meant that I'm not even doing the live. I'm doing it recorded, but never mind. I will be back next week on the lives. I do apologize for 2 recorded shows, but anyway, the main thing is getting the information out there. So first and foremost, happy Dia de Trabajador, and this is your weekly update number 63. My friend Scats always said I should give that a big lead up when I play it because for some reason this software seems to cut it off. So I hope that sounded a bit better, but never mind. We will sort it out. Okay, then. So what has been happening this week? Well, I'm going to be really honest with you now. And this last couple of weeks, Easter, and then this week, it's just stop, start, stop, start. I'm actually really looking forward to next week when we get a straight run at a full week at work and we get back into the normal rhythm. The bank holidays in Easter, plus the kids being off school, which hence means a lot of other people are off school, people that you work with. It's just absolute nightmare trying to get things done. And then this week, we've got the May the 1st today bank holiday, which means basically Friday nobody's doing anything anyway. Our office will be open, we will be working, but a lot of people would have taken the Friday off and taken a 4-day long weekend. And evidently we had El Gran Apagón. So for those of you who have been living under a rock and haven't seen the news, you would have seen that the electric went out in Spain for the best part of 12 hours on Monday. And it was an absolute nightmare. It really was. Now, funnily enough, I was actually traveling at the time. And to tell you my story, this relates, we talk in this section, we talk about residency and stuff like that. But I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what has been going on if you haven't seen it, and tell you my story and how that's going to relate back to what I'm going to talk about Spanish residency. Because I was actually driving down the M11, believe it or not, when Lara called me and she was like, I can't work because the electric's gone off. And I've gone, okay, oh, you're working from home today? Because quite often in this office, we combine who's actually in because it's quite a small office. There's only 4 desks and it's not that comfortable with 4 people in it. It's better just to have 3, to be honest with you. So a lot of us work from home. Jane will work from home some days, Lara some days. Then we have Christine comes in, does forms. We've got our guy Jose over there who's in it every single day, trying to book calls, trying to book appointments, which comes on to another point in a minute. And yes, so Lara's at home, she's there, the electric's gone off. I said, well, that's normal. We actually live a little bit in the country. Sometimes it goes down. Just wait, crack on with your phone, and it'll come back on. The next call I get is, you're not going to believe this, the whole of electric in Spain is off. Now, I'm not a skeptical person, but could you imagine getting that call and going, the whole of Spain has gone down? I'm thinking, are you sure? And I shouldn't really doubt my wife. But after 3 seconds, and I sat next to my mum and she Googled it and then contacted my sister, she went, looks like Spain's off. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh, okay. So this is big because I'm on the way to Stansted Airport. It's 1 o'clock. And nothing's working in Spain. If in my head, then scenarios start going off, don't they? So have I got to find a hotel in Stansted? Hang on a minute. How am my family going to get a battery to charge the phone? So all these scenarios start going through your head. So Lara had to go to school to pick up the kids really quickly. Then I just said, just go home, get up the hill, find all the LED solar lights that we've got and get yourself locked in the house, basically, while the rest of Spain just went absolutely mad and started ripping the shelves off, the food off the shelves in supermarkets like it was the day of the Triffids. It was a bit stupid, and that's the reports I had back from a lot of my friends and some of the guys who are working here. They were like, some people just went crazy. They're just, thinking it was the end of the world, and people taking 8 or 9 5-litre bottles of water and stuff like that. And yeah, so I mean, yeah, okay, it could have been the end of the world. Was it? No, it wasn't. In hindsight, it's okay for me to say, well, don't go crazy, but I suppose people were protecting their families. But even in the pandemic, after 2 or 3 days, we were allowed to go out and even get food delivered. No one's going to starve or go hungry, even if we're out of electric for a couple of days. I felt really bad for the businesses. A lot of people were affected, especially people who may have, I mean, okay, for us that we work with technology, it was an inconvenience, but it wasn't completely ruining any of our stock. It just put things back, which meant when the electric did come on, you had to start work earlier and end a bit later. So, for us in our kind of industry, it was more of an inconvenience. But think of all those poor people who run bars, who have stuff in fridges, who don't have backup generators and stuff like that. I hope they get compensated. I very much doubt our government will, if people in Valencia are still waiting for compensation for things from the Dana. So there we go. Less said about the government, the better. But the good news is the electric is back on. What caused it? Well, I've just seen, I should tell you about this in the YouTube section, but check it out now. I've just seen an extremely funny video by Scats on YouTube Spain, and very informative as well. Check that out. He'll go into the various causes of it. It was supposed to be the main thing. They're saying it's meteorological, so it was to do with the weather, which we have had some very strange weather. Yesterday evening, I was on the way to a business first networking event arranged also by the Foreign Department in Mika's town hall. Very good evening. I'll show you in fact, I'll show you it now. Let's show you a photo from the event. He says, dear me, you think I'd be organised, wouldn't you? There we go. So that's where we were yesterday. That's a politician, Mario, who's got the mic there. You can see Sam Campbell dressed in red. She's our fearless leader at Business First, who's always putting on these events. We have a great time there. And yeah, it was good to get out and about and see other businesses. But on the way down, the sea was very ferocious. And yesterday, Lara was in Torremolinos as well. And she said there was people having to move back further than they normally would. Was that anything to do with the Gran Apagón? Who knows? Okay, so what have we got to show you here then? Well, here we go. Just relating to that. This was a photo that I took when I was at the airport, and that was the queue for the taxis. It was just went around the corner. It was absolutely bonkers. It really was. There's no way I was getting a taxi. Luckily, my friend Glenn, big shout out to my friend Glenn, who came and saved me and my mum and picked us up and took us back to an evening of candlelight and hot dogs on the barbecue. Which was nice enough. It was an adventure, let's tell you that. So how has that affected things here in Spain? Well, we have had no visas out, and we've got some visas now in Manchester, which have passed the 12-week mark. And Manchester, when emailed by our clients, always say, well, here's an email, come and get your passport if you want to. And we'll say when it's ready. But we've had problems with that in the past, where they've actually threatened our clients and said that pauses the process of getting the visa. So it's always best to leave your passport, if possible, with them until your visa comes out. Check your emails to make sure they haven't communicated or emailed anything to you. Check your spam as well, and if not, I'm afraid it's just a waiting game. London, come on guys, you were the best. Now we've got some sat on 8 to 10 weeks in London as well coming out. Basically, it's slowing up slightly. We'll let you know when we get them, and we'll tell you the turnaround times. This week, no visas out at all. On the other hand, we have had some renewals out. 2 of the renewals, they went way over the 3-month mark as well. And we chased and chased and chased, and they came in. But the rest seem to be coming okay. In fact, we've had some which were submitted before the expiry of the card, and have come out around 30 days afterwards. And that's from Alicante. I don't know what it is in Malaga, but one or two will just get stuck. I don't know if it goes onto a separate desk to be checked, but one or two will get stuck. But the renewals seem to be going very well. What isn't going well is the fingerprint appointments at the moment. Once you've got your renewal, once you've got your visa, to actually go and get yourself registered. Alicante, we've only managed to book 3 appointments in the last 2 months, but we did get some intel today, and we're not going to share it, of when appointments are opening for a certain station. Appointments did get booked at the weekend, which was strange. This weekend, just thanking Julie there, our translator over in Alicante, who managed to grab those appointments for us. And we do have now a dedicated member of staff who comes in for 30 hours a week, whose sole job is to keep renewing the system and seeing if appointments are available across Spain. Myself, I'm checking every hour. Jane as well checks every hour, and we do have other people checking. So the good news is they are coming online at certain points. The bad news is it's very, very, very slow progress, but we're all trying our best to get them. Alicante is still on a normal platform. It doesn't seem to be any difference between digital and normal appointment bookings, whereas Granada, where I have booked 2 appointments today, seems to be solely digital now, that you just can't get appointments if you're trying to do it without a digital signature, which is the case for Almeria. And Almeria, which came online at 2 o'clock today, then subsequently crashed. So let's hope before this new law is brought into force, and the 20th of May, and all the withdrawal agreement people have to renew their cards, they pull their finger out and sort out the appointment situation. Because if not, a system which is under strain at the moment is going to be even more under strain when the 35,000 withdrawal agreement people, British citizens who've got the right to renew for a permanent residency, need to apply. And during this new law, we imagine there's going to be a lot more approvals coming through. What else did I have to tell you? Okay, so that is it for in Spain. I've been rambling on now for 12 minutes. Let's talk to you about the YouTube. So we have, I did get a photo of me and Scatch yesterday, which was quite funny. If you'd have seen us, we looked like chalk and cheese, but we had a laugh at the business networking do. And if you'd have seen this video here, NLV Healthcare in Spain, what you really need to know. Simon Hodgkinson says, great informative video, Chris, and very relevant to those who are short of age to apply for the S1. I shouldn't grumble, though, about being too young for the S1. Yes, I mean, look, the S1 is a fabulous thing. Just remember before you order, excuse me, I need my coffee. There we go. That should get us to the end of the day. I do love a short coffee in a mug. I really do. The S1 is working very well. Remember, if you go to the non-lucrative visa appointment, you have to have a pre-registration. It's, again, the pre-registration, the S1, in my view, is a farcical document, very much like the medical certificate. So you can get a medical certificate which says you haven't got any exportable diseases at the time that you go and get it, but it lasts for 90 days. So, who's telling that, you don't go and get it from the clinic in Fingerola, then walk outside and somebody with rabies sneezes on you, and I don't think we can catch rabies as humans, but you know what I mean. It's ridiculous. It's all part of the application process, and the pre-registering the S1 is about as ridiculous as well, because you have to submit your documents. You don't have the correct documents for it to be registered in Spain. They then tell you it's not been correctly done, but with the document that you submit, you print it off, take it to the consulate. They're happy you have submitted the documents. Then you have to finalize it when you get here. Why they don't just accept the S1 as it is, I don't know, but you have to follow the dance, don't you? And here we have another. I'm just going to let's do this, shall we? There we go. I'll need your this is Danny Bumblebee. I'll need your help, please, as need to get insurance and visas sorted this year as house in UK market now. We are going over to Spain ASPAP. Drop me an email to YouTube at upsticks.es or Chris at upstick.es or book a call and we'll get on that for you. Thanks for dropping a message. That was 5 days ago, so I need to answer that. But yeah, drop us an email. We'll get a call booked in, and we'll go from there. The call bookings are running at the end of the month now, but just let us know. We'll always put you up for a cancellation or try and fit you in. We try and make sure that everybody gets spoken to in the time that they need to get spoken to, so we can start with people in a timely manner. Sometimes we get calls booked in a month's time. People saying we're coming in 2027, so I'll leave the call there. Sometimes we get calls booked and people are saying I'm coming 2027, but I need to speak to you now. We're like, I'm sorry, we'll leaving the call there. But if someone says, like, I've just had a call today, someone who booked a call a month ago sent me an email and said, Chris, I'm actually looking to put on a deposit on a house in the next couple of weeks. Could you bring this call forward? Because I've only got 10 more days left in Spain. So we had a chat. Turns out that the information I gave them really helped them to make the decision. So, keep the call bookings coming. Once we've got it in the diary, we can move it about forwards and backs if we've got an opportunity to do so. And here we have on my Brexit withdrawal agreement, residency renewals, green EU, Amons 3030 or 3030. Thanks, Chris. I'm in the Cala de Mijas, and I understand I can get my 5-year card, which expires in October 2026, exchanged for a 10-year card at police station. Any ideas what docs they require other than proof of payment of the fee, al empadronamiento, medical or financial proof? If I wanted, can I go to Marbella police station and get it done there? So let me tell you about this. We are currently doing all of these in Malaga, and they're not requesting, as I said in the video, I think, financial proof and healthcare. If you had a green card over 5 years ago, albeit that your 2026 card hasn't expired, if you've legally been resident for more than 5 years, you can exchange it for a permanent one. We're doing them in Malaga because it is a sort of a out of the box request, and they do understand what they're doing there after some good training from us, I have to say. Whereas I'm not too sure for Figueroa and Marbella if they know or have the authority to actually do it. I've heard of problems in Figueroa. In fact, we had problems ourselves in Figueroa with one couple who are now going to come to Malaga with us. They just refused to do it. But then Jane told me this week she was talking to a friend of hers who did do an early, they call it an early withdrawal agreement swap for permanent. Personally, I would recommend that you get in touch with us. We'll tell you the documents you need and we can send someone along to help you. What else have we got going on? I had this comment here, which was from Michelle Angelope 830. I want to complain. Hang on a minute. About the Spanish embassy in London because the Metropolitan Police have refused for God knows how many years and persist refusing to attend a Spanish citizen living in London. Okay, so this person wants to complain to the Spanish consulate embassy, in London. Why the British police discriminate and treat Spanish people as second-class citizens? I am not illegal. I pay taxes. Would British people like to be treated like second-class citizens when they go to Spain to enjoy the sun and our lovely Mediterranean coast? My case is urgent. Do you who I am? I don't say. I'm assuming that means, do you know who I am? I don't say it to sound arrogant or upset, but I know I am the most intelligent person of all time because I have discovered the nature of addiction, God, and money, and I can prove it eliminated all crime in the world with my knowledge. I need a chance. What is going on? I need to speak with someone who understands. It is possible not to understand what I am saying when world is at war. What about your children? My children got to do with it. You know me, and where you can find me. I'm your neighbor, living in the same city, same reality. Thank you. Well, Michelle Angelo 830, I'm really glad you got that off your chest. Not too sure the hidden meaning behind the message, but if our channel helps you vent whatever you're trying to get across there, all I would suggest is that if you've got a specific message, you make it slightly clearer. So, out and about in Spain. Pictures here. Check this out. What have we got going on here for the pictures and out and about in Spain? Well, first of all, I have. I missed this in the first part. Let's do it now. This is Jeanette and Alan. There you go, guys. They have picked up their TIE cars. They're over with Upsticks Drive now doing their vehicles. And well done for getting your TIE cars. Doesn't seem 5 minutes since you're in the office with me, planning it all to go ahead. So congratulations to you. And now let's talk about my trip to the UK. So I went back to the UK, and it was a good trip. I went back because my mum has come back to Spain with me for a bit, maybe for a couple of weeks. Who knows? We sadly lost my stepfather a couple of months ago. I've been back 2 or 3 times, and I was like, come on, come over and have some fun. And so far, so good. We're having a fantastic time. But when I was back in the UK, and you don't see many photos from me, do you, from the UK on this channel, but I did go and visit this place where my sister works, and sadly I didn't get a photo of us, which was crazy. I should have got a photo of my sister and her team there, but this is a George in I was going to say in Stamford. It's not in Stamford at all. This is a George in oh, my mind's gone blank. Hang on a minute, I'll tell you where it is in a minute. I was only there the other day. In Buckton. That's right, it is in Buckton. And it's a beautiful old hotel and bar and restaurant, which has been recently renovated. Well, renovated during the lockdown 5 years ago is recent enough. And we were treated to a lovely meal there. Just look at this here. Hang on a minute. This is the prawn cocktail. There we go. Absolutely amazing prawn cocktail. And then I went for the classic, because you don't get it much in Spain, do you? I went for the roast lamb. Look at that. Doesn't it look gorgeous? So I had an absolutely beautiful meal there. Loved every minute of it, and can't thank my sister and her team enough for looking after me, my nephew, and my mum there. We had a great Sunday out. And moving on now to our next photos, which have been sent in. I have to thank Richard, who has sent these in. Sent me a loads. Now, Richard's really got into a rambling group, and they do proper rambling, not like me. I'm just a rambler. I just ramble on a lot on YouTube, but they actually ramble up the hills. And I think it's more hiking than rambling, judging by the height of that photo. And this was from up near Mijas on one of their hikes. Look how beautiful that is. I'm sure I've been up that. That doesn't look like one of the routes. That looks like a firebreaker. I wonder if it is. That's what it looks like, a fire break. And this is what Spain is like at the moment. When we've got a bit of sun, again, it's a windy day today. Because of all the rain we've had, it's been incredible, and the flowers are amazing. So that was from a walk they did in Mijas, I believe, and this is from Casarabonela. Check these photos out. I mean, this is just amazing, the landscape from the walking. So walking and hiking and rambling, there's not enough on the channel. Richard said, listen, get some of my photos out and show people how gorgeous it is out there. So we expect to see more coming, Richard. There you go. They're olive trees. Look at those. There you go. Beautiful olive trees. I suspect, because you're in Casarabonela up there, that it's slightly higher above sea level, a bit colder at night, which is exactly what an olive tree wants. And there you go. Look at that. What town is that? Casarabonela below? I assume it is. Brilliant. And we've got here the last photo of the olive trees again, and that's a big chaparral tree. I think in the background. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Looks like one of the protected oaks, chaparrals from Spain. Richard said, I had to send these through as it was a lovely weather yesterday. So Des and I went for one of our favorite walks around Casarabonela. I don't know if you've been there, but it's a lovely pueblo. And yesterday they had a day celebrating local soup. Pipiel de Casarabonella. The soup was lovely and tasted better than it looked. Please feel free to publish. And here we have a photo of the soup. No, we don't. Oh, Richard, what did I do with your photo of the soup? I'll bring it up next time. But I must say, it looked like a stewy, nice soup. Very, very, very good. And he also sent me across some photos of his little veggie garden. Now, if you remember earlier on, these look to me like they are. What are they? They're cucumbers. Are they cucumbers? Let me know. And we've got there, you can see there, use recycling pots. That's great news. That's what you need to recycle. You can see the plants coming up there. Let us know what you've got growing there. And if you remember, Richard sent us a load of his plugs that he bought. They're about 10 cents each, and look how big these lettuces turn out in only around a month. You know, that's how long it takes to grow them. And you can grow them in anything. You go down to the garden centre, buy them when they're just tiny little things, put them in around month times, you've got your lettuce, and they only cost around 10 cents each. Oh, hang on a minute, and I've found this Casarabonella photos. There we go. That's the soup festival. Beautiful in the town square. I have been there. Never been up the mountains there. I have been there though. And look at that. Casarabonella. That's going to be a place to visit, isn't it? And what else have we got to show you today? We're in up to 26 minutes. I just wanted to show you this. The beautiful view of Torremolinos taking off from Malaga Airport. Look at that. The sea looks absolutely amazing. And that was on Thursday afternoon. And you can see there's very new luxury apartments here right at the bottom right-hand corner where they want over $1 million for each one. Right then, guys. Well, that's it from me today. I somehow managed to also waffle on or ramble on for half an hour. Here we go. If you got anything useful, you enjoyed the video, you can book a call here if you want to talk to us about residency or getting a non-lucrative visa in Spain. Don't forget that one of our main service products is helping people from the UK move to Spain with a non-lucrative visa. We also help people for EU family members, EU passports, getting NIE numbers. Upsticks Drive also helps to register vehicles mainly here in Malaga. Or you can just buy me a coffee using this. Something over here. There we go. That QR code there. And if you buy me a coffee, it helps keep our coffee machine, which is just there, going for the whole office. What else have we got going on? That's it. Great to see you all. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry it was recorded. We will be back next week with a live, so get your questions ready. Don't forget that not this Saturday, the following Saturday, I'll be back on YouTube Spain answering your questions as well, where we're going to be talking about the new residency law which is coming into place. And we'll see you soon.